The Farm to Fork is an online class, and this is our second year doing it. And it's also what we call a MOOC, and that's the acronym MOOC, Massive Open Online Course. That means it's open to everybody, the public, anybody who wants to enroll, they can enroll in the class for free. And if you want credit, you do have to enroll as an OSU student, whether you're a degree seeking or non-degree seeking student. And the three main things we're trying to cover in the course, so it's farm to fork. So we're trying to cover a lot of different things about farming and food. We want to give people a good understanding of how food is produced, and to do that we actually do virtual video tours of farms. We go to a dairy farm and show how everything works. We go to a swine farm and show how everything works. One of our second objectives is to discuss some of the modern technologies behind agriculture. So we talk about things like genetic modifications. We do a tour of a soil test laboratory, and we do a tour of a DNA sequencing laboratory. And then the third thing we try to accomplish in class is to cover a lot of the major controversial topics in agriculture.
The beauty of the class is the way it worked out, and I didn't know this going into it, is it doesn't really matter what your experience level is with agriculture. I would imagine if you already knew a lot about agriculture and grew up on a farm, a lot of this stuff would be familiar, but maybe presented in a new way you hadn't seen. And for me, someone without a lot of experience, there was a lot of stuff that I learned, and not just about food production and beef production and how crops are raised, but the economics behind it.
The videos were actually really neat. I would much rather watch something like that than have to read about it. And so that's something I really liked about the course, is that you actually got to like go out, see a video of him like going out on the farm, or like going to the actual places instead of just like reading about it and getting an idea like in your head. That was really neat because you actually, it painted I guess it gave you a very like clear visual of things.
We want it available to everybody because we're a public land-grant university, and part of our mission is educating the public. And the public is just so interested in food right now. I mean, it's no matter who you are, no matter whether you live in a rural area or a city, almost everybody is interested in food, and they're very concerned about food. They want to know how the food is produced. They want to make sure the food is safe, that it's ethical. And so if the public's out there wanting all the information that they can get about food, well, who better than OSU to provide that? So what we're trying to do is to be OSU's ambassador to the world, put out the best information about the topics that people are interested in.
It would be important for someone that didn't know anything about agriculture to take the class, just because it gives you an idea of what farmers do and how like the food that you're eating actually is grown on farms and stuff, and it's not just somehow made up in a lab.
It was interesting getting beyond my perspective as a city dweller in Oklahoma and hearing from other people who have a totally different perspective but are still impacted by the same things regarding food production.
This course is important because there are a lot of people who really want to understand how food is produced. Moreover, they don't want to be told what to think about food. They want to be given the information to decide for themselves what they think. And there hasn't been a really good course open for free to the public to do that yet, and that's the niche that we're trying to fill.